Honorable members, please be seated. Honorable members, before the suspension, we were at the consideration stage of the Environmental Protection Bill 2024, and I think we got to clause 97, and we're looking at the offenses and penalties. An issue was raised on 97(1)(a) on the use of the word deliberately or negligently, and then also false record. But an explanation from the chair and the former minister, I think, sufficiently handled the concerns that we raised. That was my understanding. If there's something else, anybody should draw my attention before I put the question.
Rightly so, Mr. Speaker.
So, honorable members, I put the question on clause 97. As many as are in favor of clause 97 being part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, clause 97 stands part of the bill. Clause 98.
Fear or refusal to maintain and submit records.
Clause 99.
Plea in relation to manufacturing, formulation, importation, and sale of pesticide.
Clause 100.
Forfeiture.
Honorable members, let me put a question on these three clauses, and the question is that clauses 98, 99, and 100 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, clauses 98, 99, and 100 are ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 101.
Patience.
Clause 102.
Interpretation.
Clause 103.
Prohibited acts.
Clause 104.
Importation of hazardous waste and other wastes.
Clause 105.
Exportation of hazardous waste and other wastes.
Clause 106.
Notification procedure for transboundary movements.
Clause 107.
Transit of hazardous waste or other wastes.
Clause 108.
Liability for contravention.
Clause 109.
Burning of hazardous waste or other waste in the open.
Clause 110.
Sealing.
Clause 111.
Assisting persons to escape.
Clause 112.
Power of search, seizure, and arrest.
Clause 113.
Sample for testing.
Clause 114.
Exclusion of diplomatic immunity.
Clause 115.
Management of hazardous waste and other wastes.
Clause 116.
Database of written authorization.
Clause 117.
Insurance cover.
Clause 118.
Register of hazardous waste and other wastes.
Clause 119.
Polychlorinated biphenyls.
Clause 120.
Phase out period.
Clause 121.
Classification of polychlorinated biphenyls waste.
Clause 122.
Regulations.
Clause 123.
Interpretation.
Clause 124.
Advanced eco-levy for electrical and electronic equipment.
Clause 125.
Importation of waste electrical and electronic equipment.
Clause 126.
Exportation of waste electrical and electronic equipment.
Clause 127.
Requirements for wholesalers, distributors, and retailers.
Clause 128.
Establishment of the Electrical and Electronic Waste Management Fund.
Clause 129.
Objects of the Electrical and Electronic Waste Management Fund.
Clause 130.
Sources of monies for the Electrical and Electronic Waste Management Fund.
Clause 131.
Bank account for the Electrical and Electronic Waste Management Fund.
Clause 132.
Management Board for the Electrical and Electronic Waste Management Fund.
Clause 133.
Appointment of Administrator.
Clause 134.
Functions of the Administrator.
Clause 135.
Disbursement from the Electrical and Electronic Waste Management Fund.
Clause 136.
Accounts and Audit.
I recall that our attention was drawn to let that clauses be captured in our constitutional provision. So once again, I want to draw the attention of the draft person to that clause. Clause 137.
Reports and other reports.
Clause 138.
Establishment of recycling facilities.
Clause 139.
Obligation of taking back.
Clause 140.
Obligation of recycling and disposal facilities.
Clause 141.
Enforcement notice.
Clause 142.
Regulations.
Clause 143.
Interpretation.
Clause 144.
Mainstream climate change responses.
Clause 145.
Adaptive capacity to the impacts of climate change.
Clause 146.
Low emission development measures.
Clause 147.
Implementation of climate change measures.
Clause 148.
Climate change mechanisms.
Clause 149.
International climate change reporting.
Clause 150.
Establishment of the Ghana Carbon Registry.
Honorable members, I'll put a question starting from clauses 101 to 150, subject to the refinement of clause 136. Those in favor that all those clauses stand part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clauses 101 to 150 are ordered to stand part of the bill. Honorable members, as you know, we've gone through this, and they had to withdraw to incorporate all the amendments we proposed. That is why it's going that smoothly. This is for those who are not aware of why this is moving that fast. So we go again to start from clause 151.
Establishment of the Carbon Market Committee.
Clause 152.
Functions of the Carbon Market Committee.
Clause 153. Clause 152, sorry.
Functions of the Carbon Market Committee.
Yes, please, Chairman.
152, Mr. Speaker. Amendments proposed.
Then let's adopt 151.
Okay, sir.
Those in favor that clause 151 stands part of the bill, say aye.
Give me your.
Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 151 is ordered to stand part of the bill. Now, Chairman, you can go on with the amendment on clause 152.
Thank you. Amendment proposed, paragraph A, after technologies, insert which are, and after under, delete paragraphs and make it paragraph. Insert paragraph and delete and for. So to read, I'm coming. So, well, 152, okay. Mitigation activities and associated technologies which are eligible under paragraph 2 of Article 6 of the Paris Agreement.
So
I
we
so
are,
moved.
we are to delete and 4 too.
And 4, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I so moved, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the motion is for us to delete in line 1 of clause 152A, insert actually in line 1 of clause 152A between the words technologies and eligible, which are, and in line 2 of clause 152A, delete and 4. Those in favor of the proposed amendment say aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. The ayes have it. The amendments are carried. Any more amendment to clause 152? None. So I put the question on the whole of clause 152. And the question is that clause 152 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, clause 152 as amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 153.
Establishment of the Mitigation Fund.
Clause 154.
Objects of the Mitigation Fund.
Clause 155.
Sources of monies for the Mitigation Fund.
Clause 156.
Bank account of the Mitigation Fund.
Clause 157.
Management of the Mitigation Fund.
Clause 158.
Disbursement from the Mitigation Fund.
Clause 159.
Regulations.
Clause 160.
Interpretation.
Clause 1.
Clause 160, Mr. Speaker.
Sorry?
160.
160.
Okay. Then let me put the question on clauses 153 to 159. Honorable members, the question is that clauses 153 to 159 stand part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Clauses 153 to 159 are ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 160, you can now go on with your proposed
Yes,
amendment.
Mr. Speaker. Amendment proposed. Delete additionally. And Mr. Speaker, the reason is that they have been taken care of because of various amendments in the bill.
So he's deleting?
We are deleting
The definition of additionally.
additionally, Mr. Speaker.
That is at page 104.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Any more?
The same clause 160, we are deleting carbon credits, interpretation of carbon credits.
That's immediately after
Yes.
additionality.
Additionally, yes.
Okay.
Then the same clause 160, we are deleting interpretation of mitigation activities. Delete. Yes.
Mitigation activity.
Activities.
Page 106.
106. Then the same clause 160. No, I have taken care of that already. Amendment proposed interpretation of international crediting standard. After ISO 14064, insert art and trees. Art and trees. Mention them together. Okay.
After one,
ISO 14064.
insert
Insert art and trees.
AT.
ART and TREES.
Yes.
The same, Mr. Speaker, one clause 160. The next amendment is deletion of the interpretation of mitigation ambition. mitigation ambition. Can they identify it here?
Yes.
Then the next to be deleted is interpretation of transferring country. Delete.
Yes.
Then validation. Delete. Interpretation of validation. Delete.
Yes.
Then interpretation of verification. Delete. And finally, interpretation of Vera. Delete.
Vera.
Vera, yes. V-E-R-R-A. Delete.
Yes.
Let's finish. And this is consequential. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Honorable member, what about mitigation benefits?
Delete, Mr. Speaker. That has already been deleted. Yes.
You didn't mention that.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, I'm sure you all heard the chairman call on us to make a number of deletions. I'm sure you've taken note of it, so I don't need to repeat them. All those in favor of those deletions, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. I will now put a question on the whole of clause 160. And the question is that clause 160 as variously amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clause 160 as variously amended is ordered to stand part of the bill. Clause 161.
Guiding principles for enforcement of Act.
Clause 162.
Inspector.
Clause 163.
Powers of an inspector.
Clause 164.
Obstruction of an inspector.
Clause 165.
Collaboration with National Development Planning Commission and District Assemblies.
Clause 166.
Role of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Clause 167.
Environmental Bulletin.
Clause 168.
Guidelines and standards.
Clause 169.
Delegation.
Clause 170.
Interpretation.
169.
Clause 171. Sorry, clause 16.
Mr. Speaker, clause 169.
169.
9. Yes, talking about
Okay.
delegation.
Let me put the questions. The question from clause 161 to 168. Those in favor that those clauses stand part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clauses 161 to 168 are ordered to stand part of the bill. Now we can handle the clause 169. Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, clause 169 is talking about delegation.
Yes.
And it reads the minister may delegate the functions of the minister under this part, under part 3 and 4 to the authority. Mr. Speaker, normally we have a closing phrase that the fact that the minister has delegated the power does not take the responsibility away from the minister. But that is not here. Maybe there is a special reason for not having it. If not, then we can direct the drafters to bring the usual rendition.
Well, usually is to make assurance double sure. It's not all readers of the law that understand the law. So they just read it, and maybe without it, they say, it doesn't mean that they are still responsible. I've delegated it to you. So usually they put it there just for purposes of clarity, simplicity, Yes, please.
Please, so I agree with Honorable Ahiafo that you direct the drafters to add the responsibility part to make it
Honorable
complete.
members, the draft lady is hereby directed to include the usual clause as to the ultimate responsibility of the functions as stated in parts 3 and 4 of the bill. So directed. Now we move on to 170.
Station.
Clause 171.
Bills and savings.
Clause 172.
Transitional provisions.
Honorable members, I put the question, and the question is that clauses 170 to 172 stand part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. Clauses 170 to 172 are ordered to stand part of the bill. Honorable members, we now move to the schedules. We start with the first schedule,
That's
second schedule,
application form for registration of pesticide.
third schedule,
Application form for renewal of pesticide registration.
fourth schedule,
Application form for license of pesticide.
fifth schedule,
Form 1, application for export permit.
fifth schedule, Form 2,
Form 2, application for import permit.
sixth schedule,
List of hazardous waste and other wastes.
seventh schedule,
Information to be provided on notification.
eighth schedule,
List of hazardous characteristics.
ninth schedule,
Notification documents for transboundary movement or shipment of waste.
10th schedule,
Movement documents for transboundary movement or shipment of waste.
11th schedule,
Classification of polychlorinated biphenyls waste for segregation.
12th schedule,
List of electrical and electronic equipment for which advanced eco-levy is applicable.
Thirteenth schedule.
Table of administrative penalties.
Honorable members, I now put the question on all the schedules from 1st to the 13th. Those in favor that those schedules form part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. It is hereby ordered that Schedules 1, that is the first schedule, to the 13th schedule, stand part of the bill. We now move on to the long title.
An act to amend and consolidate laws relating to environmental protection, establish the Environmental Protection Authority to regulate and protect the environment, provide for pesticide control and regulation, provide for the control, management, and disposal of hazardous waste and electronic waste, provide for the coordination of climate change responses and for related matters.
Honorable members, there being no amendment to the long title, I put the question. Those in favor that the long title stands part of the bill, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The long title is ordered to stand part of the bill. Any other matter concerning the bill? If not, we have come to the end of the consideration stage of the Environmental Protection Bill 2024. Honorable members, according to our new rules, the amendments will have to be incorporated into the bill, printed out, and copies given to members before we take the third reading of the bill. So please, there are not many. I think this can be done, and maybe by tomorrow, we can take the third reading of the bill. So with this, we'll move on to other matters, but I have to attend to another call, and unfortunately, I don't have my supporting deputies with me. So I don't know whether you want to elect one of you to chair, because we agree that we'll handle the second bill dealing with the Constitution amendment. But it depends on the pleasure of the House. Constitution of the Republic of Ghana Amendment Bill 2021. Is it your pleasure to go on, or we take a date? It's on, it's on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think we have to call it a day. On this note, I want to move for adjournment of the House. Thank you.
Honorable members, motion for the adjournment of the House moved. Any seconder?
Mr. Speaker, first of all, we want to thank you for your endurance shuffling between the chamber and holding meetings. I think we've done more than the stipulated time. We're in the chamber, so we're actually in your hands.
Honorable members, motion for adjournment moved and seconded for the consideration of the House. There be no consideration. I put the question. Those in favor of the adjournment, say aye. Those against, say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. The House is accordingly adjourned to tomorrow at 10 in the forenoon, when we shall reconvene to continue with the business. The House is adjourned.